everyone, and welcome to my Lego table. So today we are going to be doing a Lego art set. This is the Vincent van Gogh sunflower set. Now I've actually had this set sitting over here for I don't know how long, but there's been so many new releases and stuff, and I've been busy putting other things together that I hadn't gotten to it. Now I have time to get to it. So we're going to put this together. So this is set number 31215. It is 2,615 pieces, and it is for 18 and up. And of course, it is taken after the famous painting by Van Gogh called Sunflowers. And sunflowers are my favorite flower. So of course, I had to do this. Well, sunflower and roses, but roses are more my birthday flower because that's the month of my birthday. Although I'm pretty allergic to roses, but they're still beautiful. So anyways, okay, so this sells for $199.99 on the Lego website, and is actually really, really cool because it does look a whole lot like the painting. If you compare this to the painting, it looks a whole lot like it, except for that maybe this is a little bit more 3D or maybe 2D, not 3D. But anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with bag number one. Once I finish bag number one, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built so far, and we'll go on from there. This does only come with one pretty thick size instruction manual, and there are 34 bags of Legos all together for this, plus a few extra bags of just they're just extra pieces like plates and things like that that aren't in numbered bags. They're just there for you to use whenever you need them. Excuse the whining dog. We have a new puppy. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I didn't see any stickers or anything in the set, so I don't think there is any. So I'll be back as soon as bag number one is built. Okay, you guys, so bag number one is done, which we have started part of the frame here. So basically you just built this section here, and then the section in the middle, and then put them all together, and then put two more pieces in to kind of hold them together so that they're staggered. So you can see the lines aren't lining up, they're kind of staggered so they stay together real well, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to bag number two, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, so bag number two is done, and we have put more of the frame on. So basically we just built these two side things and added them on, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag number three. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've built. Okay, you guys, so bag number three is done, and we've gotten like basically the outer part of the whole frame done here. I do think we're still gonna be adding some more stuff around. There's gonna be an edging on it and all of that. So, but as far as the actual frame itself, it's all enclosed now. So we're gonna continue on with bag number four, which is actually very, just the same piece over and over and over again. So I'm gonna get that done, and I'll come back and show you what I mean. Okay, you guys, so what I meant by bag number four was just the same repeat. So it was just this same piece all the way around, and yeah, so that was it for that bag. All the way around the frame, we just did the same 4 or 3x3 piece, okay? All right, so now we're gonna move on to bag number five and get that done. Once it's done, I'll come back and show you what we've made. Okay, guys, so the fifth bag was basically about getting this trimming on. So we did all of the white trim all the way around, and then also another set of the tan going all around the edge of that, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to bag number six. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we've made. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here it is after bag number six. So mainly for this, we just put this brown trim, or maybe a tan trim, around all of the white here. It is a little bit, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a little bit taller than the white. You can see that there, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with bag number seven. I think we're finally gonna get into the actual painting itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started, and then I'll be back as soon as bag seven is done. Okay, so bag number seven is done, and we've created kind of this thing here, which has the hanger on it. And this is it from the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with bag number eight, and once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we've made. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, so bag number eight was building this little part onto here. So of course we started the portrait part. And so we have all of this yellow tiles down, of course. Okay, so not much else than that. You can see it through here. There's a little box there, and that's about it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with bag number 9, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've got. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 9 is done, and that was basically doing this center part on. So we added on to the part that we put on with the bag before this. So this is basically, I think, how this is gonna go. You could do like a panel at a time, and they keep, you just kind of snap them into place. But so far, looking pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to bag number 10, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag number 10 is done, and that got this last section onto here. Sorry, I've got a kitty on here. And so it adds that on, and then you just add in a couple more pieces to kind of close it off from the one over here. And so now you've got this whole long line of the yellow background in, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bag number 11, which I think is gonna end up extending this out a little bit. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll be back to show you what we made. Okay, you guys, so bag number 11 is done, and we did expand this out. So now it's gonna be making panels for each one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on bag number 12, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've made. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 12 is done, and that puts that part here on. So it's another plate that you fill in and then just snap it down on there, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to bag 13, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag number 13 is done, and we put this middle section on here, and we've got this little like stand-up part here. But so far, getting along pretty good. It's looking good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag number 14, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've got. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so bag number 14 is done, and we got this last corner here done. So now we have all of this background up, okay? No sunflowers yet, of course, because we're still doing all of the background stuff. Those will come on later. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with bag 15, which is gonna be expanding this out again. So I'll go ahead and get that done and come back and show you what we've got. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so 15 is done, and now we have the next set. So 3 sets that we're gonna do again. So this is probably the next 3 bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and start bag 16, and I'll come back and show you what you made when we got that done. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 16 is done, and of course that gets this part here done. So now we have 2 more to go, which will be 17 and 18, and then I think probably 1 more extension and 3 more of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to 17, which will most likely be getting this middle section done. Now once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so bag 17 got the middle section done. We do have a little bit more color coming in now, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to bag 18, which is gonna be this part here. So let me get that done, and I'll be back to show you what we've built. Okay, you guys, so bag 18 is done, which finished off this square over here. And so we've got a pretty good size thing going, but we gotta do, it looks like 1 more extension to make it about the size of the frame here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with bag 19, which will probably be extending this out. Maybe, I think just 1 more time. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and I'll come back and show you what I've made. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so bag 19 is done, which of course extended for this last, what I think is probably the last section that's gonna go on here, especially since it closed it off here on the corners. So we're gonna go ahead and start with bag number 20, which will probably be this square here. I'll get that done, and I'll come back and show you what we've made. Okay, so bag 20 is done, which got this corner here done and changed the color of the yellow a little bit to more of this, I don't know, I just call this kind of like an orangey yellow, because I think that's kind of what they mix in with it to make it the darker yellow, but it's just a darker yellow. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag 21, which is gonna get this square done. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've made. So I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so bag 21, of course, was this middle part here, and we're starting to see a lot more of the background kind of change colors on this bottom part here, so that's cool. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to bag 22, which will be this square here, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks once this is, all the background is completed, and we'll go on from there. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so bag 22 is done, and we got this corner here, which was mainly this darker yellow color. It was a little bit of the lighter yellow up here, but mainly it was the darker yellow color. And so that's the whole, like, basically like the foundation of the painting, or the undercolors of the painting. I'm not sure how you would say that, but anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with bag 23, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay guys, so bag 23 is done, and what we did was built this top part right here where all this brown is. We built that and attached it onto there, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go on with bag number 24. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've made. Okay, you guys, so bag 24 is done, and we have put this little edge all the way around. And that was pretty much all it was just doing all of that, okay? And there's a white layer underneath, so we did the white layer first, then the beige layer, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with bag number 25, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've got. Okay, you guys, so bag number 25 is done, and for that, we kind of put all of this in, well, this down here in, okay? And then the little flower up here, okay? All right, so now we're going to start, oh, and then these two things here too, I forgot about those. Okay, now we're gonna start bag number 26, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've made, so I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so for bag 26, we got to make our two big sunflowers up here. So it's pretty cool how they come together. You put all these different pieces on it around a ring to make them and then attach them to the board that was already on there. So pretty cool. Okay, so we are gonna start bag number 27, and as soon as I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, you guys, so bag 27 is done, and we basically got more of the flowers in here. So we got one more of the bigger sunflower, round sunflowers in, and then we've put this in, okay? And I did forget to show, so there is the Vincent here that's in the bottom here, okay? All right, so other than that, we're gonna move on to bag 28, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've made. Okay guys, so bag 28 was basically mainly about putting this kind of like double flower on here, and then also this little part next to it on there as well, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag 29. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 29 is done. We have gotten this here, gotten some more on this. And so this is how it's all looking right now, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to bag 30. And once we get that done, I'll be back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so bag number 30 is done. We put this piece in, we've put that piece in, and so now you have this whole thing here, okay? It's looking pretty good so far. So now we're gonna move on to bag 31, and as soon as I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've got. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, you guys, so bag number 31 is done, and basically it was this whole flower here, and then in the center as well. So it's kind of cool how they put these flowers together by doing like the individual pieces hooked on. So it's kind of cool. It's a little tedious, and sometimes like when, I can't really show it because like you can't see it, but in here is like a wheel. It kind of looks like a steering wheel, and these are hooking to that. But at the point where like the steering, it's a round circle, and then it has like a thing in the middle of it that connects to that round circle, which why I call it kind of a steering wheel, because that's what it looks like. But right where that thicker part in the middle meets the ring, it's hard to get these to stay on. They don't really want to clamp on real well because that bigger, thicker piece of plastic is kind of in the way of it clipping on all the way. But other than that, they're fairly easy. Just, you know, you just have to put all of these together and snap them on there. But like I said, once it gets to that point, as you can tell, there's like gaps in some of these where that point is. So like right here is where that thicker plastic is meeting the ring. And so they're not staying in the right spot very well. But other than that, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag 32. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, so this is bag number 32. Basically for this, we put this like kind of a 3/4 of a sunflower together, and then all of this down here as well that's around it, okay? So now we have almost a complete picture here. It looks like there's about 2 more spots maybe to be putting flowers in and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bag number 33. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 33 is done, and that was basically doing this flower right here. Oops, and I just dented them back down there, whoops. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it. That was the whole bag, was doing that flower on there. So we've got about we do have one bag left to go, which I'm guessing is going to finish up that space there. And I'll come back as soon as it's built and show you what we've got. And I think we'll be putting the frame on around it too then. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so the last bag was putting on this flower right here. And that one's a little bit more difficult to attach because there's like a bar you have to attach on and then press it down hard enough to connect it real well. And then it kind of like pushes these down a little bit, but it's still, and then you put the frame on and then you lock them into place by putting these through the holes there and lining them up. So now it's a nice, good, steady, it's locked in there pretty good. And now you can hang it on the wall by the wall hanger that's on the back right there. So there's the wall hanger there. Okay, and you can hang that on the wall, or you can set it up against a shelf, or however you want to display it. So it looks really good. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, get notifications, and watch some of the other videos so that I can keep bringing you some more Legos. Also, if you want to check out my eBay to see which Legos I have up for sale right now, you can check that out from a link in the description below. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy your Lego building, and we'll see you on the next build. Bye.